Do you know that moment when you look back and wonder how you allowed a certain person to occupy so much space in your life? How you accepted behaviors that now seem unacceptable? The answer may be uncomfortable, but it's necessary. It was through your insecurity. And here's the truth that nobody wants to admit: toxic people have a refined radar for detecting emotional weaknesses. They don't choose random victims. They choose those who hesitate to defend their boundaries, who doubt their own worth, who carry the silent fear of not being enough. It's as if there's an invisible sign hanging on their chest saying, "Come on in, I won't react." The problem isn't that you have insecurities. We all have them to some degree. The problem is when that insecurity becomes a permanent invitation for those who want to drain your energy, manipulate your decisions, and turn your life into a constant drama. While you're trying to be understanding, empathetic, and give endless chances, someone is using those very qualities against you. Does it seem cruel? That's because it really is. But there's something even more disturbing. You probably already know this and remain trapped in a cycle that mixes guilt, hope, and fear of being alone. The good news is that there is a way out, and it doesn't require explosive confrontations or radical changes. Just the wisdom to recognize the game and enough self-control not to fall into it. In the following lines, you will discover practical strategies that transform vulnerability into intelligent protection. I'm not going to tell you to cut everyone out of your life or become a cold and calculating person. I'm going to show you how to build an inner fortress so solid that toxic people simply can no longer reach you. It's about forgiveness without reconciliation, detachment without guilt, and the art of maintaining your focus while others try to create storms around you. If you're tired of being the safe haven for those who only drag you down, keep reading. Your peace of mind depends on it. 1. Forgive, but don't reopen the door. There's a dangerous misconception most people have about forgiveness. We grow up hearing that forgiving means forgetting, trusting again, giving another chance. It's as if there's an unwritten rule saying that if you've truly forgiven someone, you need to prove it by letting them back into your life. This belief is fueled by the insecurity of seeming resentful or incapable of overcoming hurt. But the truth is quite different. Authentic forgiveness isn't a return ticket. It's a letter of departure. When you forgive, you're saying, "I understand that you're flawed, that you acted according to your limitations, and I choose not to carry this burden anymore." You're not saying, "You can go back to doing it all over again because now we're even." Think of forgiveness as an internal process of emotional cleansing, not as a negotiation with the other person. It's like when you finally decide to throw away that piece of clothing that no longer fits. You don't need to have a ceremony, call the store explaining why you're discarding it, or feel guilty about freeing up closet space. You simply let it go. The problem with insecurity is that it transforms this simple act into a dramatic soap opera where you feel you need to officially communicate your forgiveness, receive a perfect apology, or worse, reopen the door thinking it would be selfish to keep it closed. Wisdom lies in understanding that you can forgive silently, without witnesses, without expecting reciprocity. It's your decision, for your well-being, not a bilateral agreement. The scar left after a deep disappointment is not a sign of weakness. It's evidence of intelligent protection. It's your alarm system working. Imagine you burned your hand on the stove. The mark reminds you to be careful, not to never cook again. Similarly, when someone hurts you and you forgive but don't reconnect, you're using the experience as applied wisdom. You don't need to keep reliving what happened or harboring resentment, but you also don't need to pretend that certain people didn't show their true colors when they had the chance. True forgiveness frees you from the emotional burden, but the closed door protects you from repeating the same mistake. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. 2. Establish subtle but firm boundaries. The word boundary is scary because it sounds aggressive, as if you were building walls or becoming an inaccessible person. But here's the detail that changes everything. Setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away. It's about defining how much of your energy can be shared without exhausting you. It's the difference between being a source of flowing water and a bottomless well. Insecurity makes us believe that being good people means always being available, responding to messages immediately, absorbing other people's problems as if they were our own, and never saying no without a 3-page justification. The result? You become an emotional hostage to everyone but yourself. Protection begins when you understand that availability is not synonymous with empathy. Let me give you a practical example you can apply today. Someone messages you wanting to vent for the 5th time this week about the same problem they refuse to solve. Your insecurity whispers, "If I don't answer now, they'll think I'm insensitive." But here's the truth. You can simply reply, "I need some time for myself today. We can talk another day." End of story. No elaborate excuses, no lying about being sick or busy with something urgent. The phrase is kind but firm. And you know what happens? Those who respect you will understand. Those who don't will test you, insist, make faces. And then you'll have discovered exactly who values your well-being and who only values what you can offer. It's a powerful social filter. Controlling your time and energy is one of the purest forms of self-care. Think about it. You have 24 hours in a day, a limited amount of emotional energy, and personal goals that only you can achieve. When you hand all of that over to someone who contributes nothing to your life, you're basically saying, "My existence serves only to solve other people's problems." It's like working for free at a company that doesn't even value you. Stoic philosophy teaches that we should focus on what is under our control and let go of what is not. And guess what? You completely control how much access people have to you. You don't need to be rude, you need to be conscious. A calm, "I can't right now," has more power than 1,000 insecure excuses. 3. Use humor as a shield, not as a weapon. Toxic people are like emotional vampires. They feed off your reaction. The more you get irritated, justify yourself, or engage in direct conflict, the more energy you give away for free. That's exactly what they want, to see you destabilized, because that confirms the power they have over you. Insecurity pushes us into this trap all the time, making us believe we need to seriously defend ourselves, prove our point, win the argument. But here's the secret that changes the game completely. When you respond with lightness and intelligent humor, you disarm the manipulation at its root. It's like taking the battery out of the remote control. The person presses the buttons and nothing happens. Imagine this situation. Someone makes a passive-aggressive comment trying to provoke you. Something like, "Wow, you always make time for your own things, don't you?" The insecure response would be to justify yourself, explain your schedule, apologize. The toxic response would be to retaliate aggressively. But the response with emotional control and humor? A simple, "Well, I discovered I can't clone time yet. I'm working on it," accompanied by a smile. That's it. You acknowledged the comment without creating the drama the person expected. You didn't humiliate anyone, you didn't create conflict, but you made it clear that you're not available for emotional games. It's pure disarming, and it works because it removes the stage that fuels this type of behavior. The goal of humor in these situations isn't to make fun of the other person, but to show that you're so calm that you can take things lightly. It's a demonstration of strength, not weakness. When the person realizes they can't get under your skin, that their provocations slip off you like water on glass, they simply give up. It becomes pointless to continue attacking someone who isn't fazed. And here's the important detail. This kind of wisdom doesn't come from responding aggressively or ignoring completely. It comes from recognizing the game without playing it. It's like watching a play without going on stage. You see, you understand what's happening, but you're not part of the script. That's the freedom of someone who no longer needs to prove anything. 4. Refuse to play the emotional game. Emotional blackmail is one of the oldest and most effective tools in the arsenal of manipulative people. It works on a simple logic. Provoke guilt, fear, or obligation to get what they want without having to ask directly. Phrases like, "After everything I've done for you," "If you really loved me," "You always do this to me," are not sincere outpourings. They are strategically placed emotional bait. Insecurity makes us bite these baits every time because we grow up believing that good people need to explain themselves, need to prove they aren't selfish, need to carry the emotional responsibility for others. But here's the liberating truth. You don't need to play this game. The most powerful strategy against emotional manipulation is conscious neutrality. It's not coldness, it's not cruel indifference. It's simply the refusal to react in the way the manipulator expects. For example, someone says, "You never have time for me," expecting you to go into desperate justification mode, canceling appointments, apologizing, feeling terrible. But what if you simply respond, "I'm sorry you feel that way," without trying to change the person's perception, without listing all the times you were present, without absorbing the blame as your responsibility? It's superficially agreeing and moving on. Does it seem cold? Only on the surface. Deep down, it's pure emotional control. You're choosing where to invest your energy. When you stop explaining, justifying, and trying to convince, something magical happens. The manipulation script breaks down. The person was expecting a specific answer, prepared arguments for every excuse you would give, but you didn't follow the script. It's as if the main actor simply didn't appear on stage. The play can't go on. Insecurity will scream in your head saying, "You're being unfair. You should explain yourself better. Maybe the person is right." But wisdom answers, if someone needs manipulation to get attention, they don't want genuine connection, they want control. And you're not in this world to be controlled. You're here to live with focus and protection of your own goals. 5. Walk away firmly, not with guilt. Not every relationship is meant to last, and recognizing that is wisdom, not a character flaw. Culture pushes this romantic idea that we should fight for every relationship, give endless chances, never give up on anyone. But here's what nobody tells you. Some connections are toxic from the start, and others simply expired. Trying to keep a dead relationship alive is like watering a dry plant thinking it will sprout again. You're just wasting good water on infertile soil. Insecurity traps us in these cycles, making us believe that abandoning someone makes us bad, selfish people, incapable of true love. But what if true selfishness is sacrificing your well-being in the name of a loyalty that only you practice? Let me be direct with you. Distancing yourself doesn't have to be dramatic. There doesn't need to be a formal conversation where you list the reasons. You don't need to block them on all social media with a public announcement. You don't need to turn the end of a relationship into an event. Sometimes the healthiest distancing is silent and gradual. You simply stop investing energy, stop responding with the same intensity, stop being available for dynamics that drain you. It's like slowly letting go of someone's hand that was pulling you down. The other person might not even notice immediately, and that's okay. You're not doing it for them, you're doing it for yourself. It's pure protection, and that doesn't require justification. What differentiates conscious withdrawal from cruel abandonment? Intention. When you withdraw because you recognize that a relationship is one-sided, that you are constantly wearing yourself down without reciprocity, that your presence there is not good for you or the other person, that's self-care. But guilt will try to get you, because we've been trained to believe that good people endure everything, forgive everything, and stay forever. This belief is dangerous because it transforms you into an emotional refuge for those who don't really want to change. And do you know what Stoic philosophy teaches? That we should accept what we cannot control, and you don't control the behavior of others. You only control your choice to stay or leave. Choosing your peace is not selfishness, it's applied wisdom. 6. Don't give a platform to what weakens you. There's an invisible trap that many people fall into without realizing it. Turning toxic people into protagonists of our personal narrative. Have you ever ended a bad relationship but still talk about it every day? Have you ever distanced yourself from someone but their name still comes up in half your conversations? Then you haven't truly gotten rid of them. You've only changed the format of the connection. Insecurity pushes us into this vicious cycle because complaining about the situation brings immediate validation from others, gives the feeling of processing what happened, and seems productive. But it isn't. Every time you recount how that person hurt you, you're keeping the emotional bond active. It's like watering a plant you swore you'd let die. Think of it this way, your attention is like a spotlight. Everything you illuminate gains prominence, grows, and strengthens. When you spend days talking about someone who hurt you, you're literally giving energy to that person. You're allowing their toxic presence to contaminate even moments when they're not physically near. It's letting someone live for free in your head, occupying mental space that should be reserved for your goals, your plans, your achievements. And the worst part? You're turning your own pain into entertainment for others. That dramatic story might lead to good conversations, but it builds absolutely nothing in your life. At most, it generates pity, and pity is not the same as respect. True strength emerges when you master the art of changing the subject. Someone brings up the problematic person. Ah, that's in the past. I prefer to focus on better things. Simple, direct, without giving details that fuel gossip. At first, it will seem difficult because insecurity constantly seeks validation that you were the victim and the other person was the villain. But as you practice this control, you realize something liberating. The less you talk about what hurt you, the less power it has over you. It's like canceling a subscription to a bad service. The bills stop arriving. Your peace of mind depends directly on what you choose to feed your attention. Choose people, projects, and conversations that strengthen you, not those that keep you stuck in the past. 7. Use focus as armor. Do you know what bothers a toxic person the most? Realizing that you're growing, evolving, and building something meaningful while they remain stuck in the same destructive patterns. It's like showing someone who's been trying to drag you down that you simply chose a different path and are doing incredibly well. Not out of revenge, not to prove a point, simply because you decided to invest your energy where it truly matters. Insecurity can tempt us to respond to every provocation, to engage in unnecessary conflicts, to prove we're right. But here's the truth. Your focus is your greatest protection. When you're genuinely committed to your goals, there's simply no time left for emotional circuses. Let me tell you how this works in practice. Imagine you've decided to learn something new. It could be a language, a professional skill, anything that adds value. You dedicate an hour every day to it. Now, imagine someone sending you provocative messages trying to drag you into an argument about who was right or wrong in a past situation. If you take the bait, there go 2 or 3 hours of your day entangled in a conversation that leads nowhere. But if you simply don't respond, or respond briefly without getting involved, you keep that hour of study intact. In a month, that's 30 hours invested in your growth. In a year, a complete transformation. Meanwhile, the person trying to distract you remains in the same place. The game loses its meaning when you stop playing. Stoic philosophy has a powerful teaching on this. Control what is within your control and accept what is not. You don't control whether toxic people will try to provoke you, destabilize you, or pull you back into drama. But you do have complete control over where you place your focus and energy. It's a daily choice, sometimes minute by minute, to decide what deserves your attention. And here's the most liberating detail. As you become truly focused on your goals, the drama of others becomes mere background noise. It doesn't affect you because you're operating at a different frequency. Your silent evolution becomes the most effective shield against those who try to lead you astray. And the best part? You don't even need to tell anyone. The results speak for themselves. 8. Choose your companions wisely. There's an old saying that goes, "Show me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are." But a more accurate version would be, "Show me who you associate with and I'll tell you where you're going." The people around you aren't just company. They're direct influences on your path, your mood, your decisions, your potential. Being around toxic people is like swimming against the current with an anchor tied to your ankle. You try hard, you wear yourself out, you feel like you're doing everything right, but you simply don't get anywhere. Insecurity makes us accept any company because we're afraid of loneliness, or worse, because we think we don't deserve better people by our side. But that's a lie you tell yourself. I'll give you a concrete example that you might recognize in your own life. You have an achievement, you got a promotion, a new project, any personal victory. You tell some people. Some react with genuine enthusiasm, congratulate you, ask for details, celebrate with you. Others minimize it with phrases like, "Oh, great, but look at the extra work that will give you," or "Be careful not to disappoint." Pay attention. This difference in reaction is not casual. It's revealing. People who compete with you disguised as friends will never truly support you. They root against you, even subtly. And do you know what the problem is with maintaining these connections? They will gradually undermine your confidence, making you doubt your abilities, planting insecurity where there could be certainty. Wisdom lies in consciously seeking out people who stimulate your growth, who celebrate your achievements without envy, who challenge you to be better without diminishing you. I'm not talking about cutting everyone out of your life and becoming a hermit. I'm talking about recognizing the difference between shallow connections that only take up space and deep relationships that truly strengthen you. When you choose to be around those who inspire you, you realize that your conversations change, your aspirations grow, your energy multiplies. It's the difference between being in a room full of people pulling you down and being surrounded by people who propel you upward. And guess what? You have total control over who enters that room. Protecting your peace of mind and your potential begins precisely there, in the careful selection of who deserves access to your life. So, we've arrived at the point where information meets action. You've just gone through strategies that can completely transform how you relate to others, protect your energy, and build a life with less drama and more purpose. But here's the question that really matters. Are you going to apply this? Or are you just going to mentally agree and revert to the same patterns? Because knowledge without practice changes nothing. It's like having a treasure map but never leaving the house to look for it. Look at your life right now with brutal honesty. How many people are draining your energy? How many situations do you continue to allow because you're insecure about seeming like a bad person? How much time are you investing in those who don't invest in you? Real transformation begins when you stop waiting for others to change and take control of your own experience. It's not selfishness. It's not coldness. It's applied wisdom. It's recognizing that your peace of mind is non-negotiable, that your time is too precious to be wasted on those who don't value your presence, that you have the right to set boundaries without asking anyone's permission. And most importantly, this change doesn't need to be radical or dramatic. It starts with small daily decisions, a firmly stated no, a silent distancing, a redirected focus on what truly matters. It is these repeated choices that build the inner strength that no one can break down. If this content resonated with you, if something here clicked and you felt, this is exactly what I need to apply, then don't stop here. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because there's much more practical knowledge coming, strategies, reflections, and tools to help you build a life with more control, less drama, and real results. Share this video with someone you know needs to hear this, because sometimes a person is just one reflection away from completely changing their trajectory. And leave a comment. Which of these strategies will you start applying first? Your transformation journey starts now, and I'm here to walk alongside you in this process.